Hey! What's good, everyone? It's me, Big Cheese, and we are back. Yes, that's right. I have returned. Barely, just barely. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I've been gone for a pretty long time from both channels, and I'm sorry, even though I only have like what 3 viewers. I apologize for leaving you guys, right? I really do. I do. So where have I been since the last time? I've been at work. That's where I've been. A lot of stuff has happened in my life which has made me either not able to record or not want to record, and now that I finally have some time to myself, I'm thinking, you know what, it's time to jump on the content wagon again. But you know, it's also going to be sort of just here and there, you know, whenever I feel like it. But hopefully things are coming to an end and I will be able to upload more consistently. I'm going to try to get my own place. Once I get my own place, I'll be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, when I'm not at work. But other than that, I'll be able to do almost anything. So let's get into this Drawcast. What was the last thing I what was the last thing I drew? I think it was John Egbert as a Kamen Rider, which you know, I don't know what it is, but I just cannot do line art. I don't know how other artists do it. I really don't. Like, they're just really good at it, and I don't understand how to do it. Every time I try to draw on this thing, it comes out looking not smooth. I don't know why. This does not look smooth to me. But whenever I draw with the pencil, that looks smooth. The only reason I don't want to use a pencil is because it has these rough sort of edges. Like, if you zoom in, you can sort of see, like, to mimic what a pencil looks like, it's kind of like that. But the pen, which technically has the smooth, it just doesn't feel smooth, and I don't know why. But I don't know, maybe one day. I still have to work on lighting, and I really don't know how to do that at all. There's a lot of tools in here that I just have no idea what they do. Like, zero idea. I have none. But that's not what matters. Today we're going to be drawing a new OC. I say new, but I've had this OC for about 2 years, and I haven't really done anything with him until recently. And when I say recently, I mean last year, because I started really thinking about what I wanted to do with this character last year. So I'm going to try to draw him in suit and out of suit, and once I get into it, you'll understand what I mean, because this is a character that is inspired by the Sentai and Kamen Riders. Yes, I know. Yes, another Kamen Rider Super Sentai Tokusatsu type thing. I get it. I'm gonna do a quick little doodle because gotta warm up, you know. So we have him. Gotta draw his ear. He has a flat top. Why does he look like that? See, one thing that I'll never get right is drawing the head. Every time I try to draw a head, it always comes out like oblong or whatever. But I mean, this is just a doodle anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, there we go. Let's turn this on so I can erase like epically. There it is. And then let's draw his oh, that's still on. Let's draw his neck and body. He has an epic shirt with a number 1 on it. I actually don't know what I'm going to put on his shirt. It's probably just going to be blank, but I don't know why. I don't really like shirts that are completely blank when it comes to characters. But, you know. Oh, it's not on. That's why. You gotta give him the DreamWorks face because of course. God dang it, I keep forgetting to turn this back on. I don't know why I have him doing this pose, to be honest with you. Oh, if I'm being realistic, his shirt would actually kind of look like this and be coming off the edge. That's how it should look. There we go. Alright, now it's just a silly version of what the character looks like. Let me get rid of this one. I'm just gonna have it bland. Just gonna have it bland. Nothing on it. Nothing. There's only one character that has the one on their shirt for me. You know what? This is a really good shirt. I don't know how. I just doodled it, but like it locked in for some reason. It's a good shirt. Let's redo the head. That's gonna make me angry. So you might be wondering to yourself, Big Cheese, just who is this character exuberating all of this swagger and awesomeness? And that's when I'll tell you, finally. I'll tell you who I'm drawing. This OC's name is... oh crap. His name's not oh crap. His name is Darius... oh shoot. Darius Rust. Hold on, let me like... dang it. That's too thin, I think. I'm experimenting with like how I do eyes and teeth and all that. I don't know if it looks good just yet. Hold on. Yeah. But anyways, his name is Darius Rust, and he will be a superhero in a comic series that I plan on releasing next year. I was actually gonna try to do it this year, but I just kind of got sidetracked by absolutely nothing. I got so busy with... I forgot to... you know, I actually like this width. This width looks really good. I should probably use it like way more often. Feels like a real pencil. Or it looks like a real pencil, I should say. I'll probably put his ear a little bit more down. Push it back a little bit. And then we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna have to fix the face. See, for some reason, I don't know why, but faces are starting to give me some trouble. I haven't really drawn that much recently because I've been too busy. But faces now are giving me a lot of trouble, and I don't know why, because I used to not really care about what the faces looked like, but now all of a sudden I care. And I guess it's because I'm trying to actually, you know, tell a story now. Like I'm trying to have something that's interesting, and I want people to like look at it and, you know, be like, wow, that's freaking epic. So I guess the faces are like, oh yeah, you know what? I think 2 pixels might be it. This might be the move forever. It just feels good to use. But what was I saying? I don't know. Like, I've always wanted to tell dang it. I've always wanted to tell stories and like have a cool superhero type guy, but I never really did a lot of stuff with my art. I always, like, whenever I first started making comics, they were all just stick figures, you know, because I grew up on Stick Page, and I thought stick figure, like, I grew up on, like, not really Stick Page. Like, I sort of like went on the site here and there, watched a few stick fights. Like, I can't, like, if you tell me like, oh, what about this, this, and this, I probably won't know too much about it. But I was on the site for a little bit. I didn't do anything on the site because I was, you know, I was a child, and I was a child, and I just like looked at the cool things other people made, and really I was just trying to find Flash games. But when it comes to stick fights, I would go on my cousin's DS because he had a Flipnote had Tenna, and or just Flipnote, I guess I should say. But yeah, it had that thing where you could go on, see other people's you know, videos and art and all that junk, and it was cool seeing other people like make. I need to just do one line, because if I don't do that, it's gonna freak me out. Oops. But yeah, like, I would see other people's like stick figures and stuff, and then I'd be like, wow, that's freaking epic. I want to make my own stick figure characters, do cool stick figure fights and stuff. And I didn't know how to animate as a child, even though Flipnote was like super easy to do. I keep doing that. I need to get into like a rhythm. But yeah, Flipnote was like super easy to like work with, but I just never really gave it the chance. And now my hands are way too big for a DS, so I wouldn't be able to animate on there if I really wanted to. I mean, maybe I could, I don't know, but it feels horrible for me. Like, I've tried recently, the past few years I should say, but dang it, I need to get into that rhythm. That's why I never really explored with my art, I guess I should say, is that I thought stick figures were so cool, and I still do actually. Like, there are times where I'll go back and I'll rewatch stuff like Beard Ninja or the Shock series. One of my favorite is Top Stick. I love Top Stick. There are other things that I should watch too, but I just haven't seen them. Oh, another one of my favorites is the Imitator collab. So cool. But when I got older, I didn't want to just do stick figures anymore. So I sort of like took inspiration from like Rayman, because I really liked how he looked. I thought he looked really freaking epic and cool with his body parts just kind of strewn about, like not really connected to him. I thought that was super cool. So that's what I did with my characters. Dang it. I had him look like this. Why? I don't know. Rayman was just cool to me. Do I still like Rayman? Not really. Like, not at all. Rayman's cool, I guess. But if you ask me to, like, if they were like, hey, we're making a new Rayman game, are you gonna buy it? I'd probably be like, not at launch. But yeah, right now I'm kind of just trying to figure out my style. I don't know why I'm making him look insane. But yeah, after a while, I just kind of, you know, I wanted to get better, and there were times where I didn't draw like at all because, you know, I feel like a lot of artists kind of had like not the exact same childhood, but like something similar, where people would make fun of you for the things that you would draw, or they would you know, take your stuff and like throw it around. They'll draw on your art, which, you know, I actually did that one time when I was a kid and I feel bad about it. You know, to this day, this girl had like a she drew something and I drew over it because like we were friends, but you know, she was pretty upset after I did that, and I still feel bad to this day about it. But how do I make him not look like he's staring into nothingness? Maybe I could have him look at the hypothetical camera. He's going to be looking right into our souls. I actually kind of don't really like oval eyes, but yeah, I stopped drawing I mean, not 4 years, but like I still kind of doodled here and there because, you know, I like drawing. But it's a good mouth. I think that's a great mouth. But what was I saying? I kind of stopped because people would make fun of me. People would take my drawings, they'd rip it, they'd throw it in the trash. They just say it was ugly or stupid, so I stopped. And I kind of hate that happened to me, because I feel like if I never stopped, I would have been at least 10 times better better than what I am now. And I don't think I'm bad, but I'm far from good. It got to a point where I just kind of stopped pursuing art in general. God, that is horrible. I don't know how other artists like make their characters look like normal. Whenever I do this, it makes him look like he's like sleepy. But I guess this is kind of what I want, but I want it to be more like not insane. Also kind of want this to like not be super rounded. Ooh, almost forgot. Wait, that's not even, there we go. Oh my god, he's malnourished. Just feels like his eyes are bulging out, but what I want is more like a sort of relaxed look. I want his eyes to be open. But no matter what I do, this always to me just looks like you're sort of like super excited. Okay, well that doesn't. I think it's the smile really that's doing it. It's a big old smile. We can get rid of that. This was just supposed to be a doodle. What am I doing? Just do that and call it. There we go. I guess, you know, that's just how it goes. Sometimes you'll be like, but this sucks, and then you'll just keep going and going and going and going. But eventually you have to call it, otherwise you'll be drawing it forever until it's perfect, and it will never be perfect. You have to kind of have to deal with that. Now the nose though, I will edit that, because that's just not what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be like I guess like that. I don't know. But man, these circle eyes, it's so hard to do for me, because I always drew eyes like this, like either big black beady eyes like Ness, or just a line in general like Henry Stickmin, even though Henry's mouth is more off to the side. And the thing is, I just don't want to do that anymore, even if it is how I did it. Hold on, let's actually see what it would look like if I were to do the eyes that I used to do. Oh my god. And then we're actually going to give it like a shine spot too, just to see. Okay, now let's get rid of the shine spot. It just doesn't look right anymore. I don't know. I think I've stopped, like, because I stopped drawing them like that. so it doesn't really look right anymore. But now I'm just kind of like stuck. I don't really know what to do for eyes. I used to try to do like Toon Link kind of eyes, where I would do like this, and then I would like have that, but that just doesn't look right either. And then that looks awful. But if I do this, which is it connected, it still looks bad. I don't know. That's why I started sort of doing like a in between, where the eyes would still be ovals, but I would have pupils. And like, I kind of like the look. Kind of. I just have to find a way for it to like work. Yeah, let's try an anime type eye, you guys. Here it comes. You have the eyebrow, the eye like this, and then you do like this. You color that in. There he goes. Now he's anime. Guys, he's gonna put on a magical dress and become half naked. Oh my goodness. Man, Kill la Kill really was a show, huh? It really was a show. Was it a good show? Kinda. You know what? I think it's simply because I'm not drawing that. If I draw that, he doesn't look like he's staring into your soul. But I feel like I'm losing some essence. I got way off track. I was supposed to be introducing this character. Anyways, so this is my OC. His name is, obviously it's my OC. I don't know why I'm saying that. Don't steal. But his name's Darius Rust. As I've stated earlier, he's inspired by like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, or Power Rangers, I guess you should say over here. I mean, even though it's not really, I don't know. Power Rangers and Sentai, they kind of have like small influences here and there, and you'll see it whenever I get to it, which is the his alter ego, which his name is Bonkman. I could not find a better name, honestly. I'm just gonna be real with you right there. Now, I've been thinking of changing his name to like different names, but that means I have to change everyone else's name. And I kind of just went with onomatopoeias for everyone because, you know, his name's Bonkman, so why not? But I've been thinking, like, I don't know, his base power is based on like just punching in general. We'll get to it. But I've been thinking about calling him, like, I don't know. I know it's kind of cringe, but like Captain Punch, you know, reference to Captain Falcon. You know, Falcon Punch. But only problem with that is I'm pretty sure Gumball has a character, well, a comic book character named Captain Punch. And I don't want people to think that I stole it from that. I just think, oh, haha, Captain Falcon, Captain Punch. Let's look it up. Gumball and Punch. I keep spelling Captain wrong. Yeah, there's a guy named there's a guy named Captain Punch from Gumball. Here, I'll drag it over here so you guys can see the comic book Captain Punch. I can't call him Captain Punch anymore, which kind of blows. I might still use it, honestly. People might think it's a Gumball reference, but no, it's a Smash Bros reference. Or I guess I should say F-Zero. No, because you can't Falcon Punch in F-Zero. You can only drive. Falcon. Yeah, that's what it's a reference to. It's in reference to It's in reference to Smash Bros, not F-Zero. I mean, not Gumball. I mean, man, I will say though that width of 2, it's actually not 2, it's 2.23, but that width, I don't know, it kind of hits it. Like the lines look so much better, I feel like. Let me erase this eye. I'm gonna have it like sort of close to here. Let's see if this makes it look a little bit better. Yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit better. Just by a smidge. Yeah, there we go. There it is. This was just supposed to be a doodle, and look at how long it's taken me. Like 58 years. I'm not a perfectionist, but holy. So there he is, or at least more or less there he is. This is Darius Rust. Now, Rust, you might be wondering, Rust, why is his last name Rust? Because Rust is red. Yep, that's simply it. And he's the equivalent of the Red Ranger. Speaking of which, you know, I gotta give my props to one of my favorite Red Rangers, King. Oh my goodness, King is so cool. Or Daigo, from Kyoryuger. Dude, he is so cool. I love Carnival form. I will always hate Power Rangers for what they did to Carnival form. You suck. I hate Power Rangers, man. Why would they? It just makes me upset with what they did. They got rid of everything. There's like no swag, and he keeps saying Super Dino Charge Blaster. Like, dude, that's not what it's called. I guess that's what it's called in Power Rangers, though. But yeah, I don't know. Carnival has no. Wait, I should have done that the other way. Carnival has like no semblance, not semblance, that's the wrong word, but like no, I don't know what the word is, but it's not there in Power Rangers. And I actually like Carnival. I kind of wish they when it comes to Dino Charge or just Power Rangers in general, they took, like, I'm not saying they have to do the exact same thing. No, that would be boring. I would just watch the original show at that point. But I feel like Power Rangers should like take just a little bit more than what they do from Sentai. Because man, do they just have some horrible sound effects or just very generic ones. Like with you know, both Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, I would assume Ultraman and any other Henshin type hero character, whenever they transform, they always have like some cool sound effect, like or something. I don't know. You know, Cyclone Joker got the you know, and King Oji got the you are the king, you are king. Wait, that's not what they go. It goes Kuwagata Ujer. Yeah, I almost did the other one, King Kuwagata. They got those sound effects, and then Power Rangers, it's morphin' time. Energize, engage, put it in, energize, unleash the power, and then the music is like, what is that? I want to hear that beep beep boop beep 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 boop boop beep beep boop beep 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 boop boop. Fire! Like, I like that. It's really cool. It's really interesting, and I love the Gabarincho. Like, I love that, but T-Rex Charger engage, like, that's so lame. It's so whack. Like, oh man. And like I heard that the actors actually wanted to like dance around with the gun and spin around and do all that, but they couldn't even really do that because Power Rangers is like, no, we will not have fun on our sets. You will do this and this only. You understand? Sucks. But I don't know why I got on that tangent, but yes, he would be the equivalent of the Red Ranger. He is the leader of the group, in quotation marks. He's like I guess you could say the strong one. He's the main character, but I don't know if I would I don't know if I would like say he's the leader. He's more like he's the guy. He's the guy, but he's not like the like they. I don't know how to explain it. He kind of just. Ooh, I don't want to like spoil my story. Okay, but here's how it goes, basically, right? When it first starts out, he'll be the only one fighting, right? He'll be the only one, and then maybe like a few chapters in, another person will come in, and then another person will come in, and then another person will come in, and then I haven't decided for the future. But Bonkman, or Darius, whichever you want to call him so far, he's kind of like Pit, I would say. You have Pit and you have Palutena. Palutena sends Pit off to do the missions, but Pit is the main character. So technically the leader would be Palutena, and his equivalent of Palutena, Bonkman's equivalent of Palutena, is a scientist who creates the driver, or I call it the Bonkin shifter. It's just a rectangle. It's just a rectangle. It's just a rectangle, and then it goes on his belt. I mean, it goes where the belt would go because he's he's more inspired by Kamen Rider. It's just a belt. It's just a belt. And this piece right here is removable. You can use different power. Again, it's more inspired by Kamen Rider than Power Rangers or Sentai. But his equivalent of Palutena is a scientist. She created it. And she knows more about like the monsters and the bad guys who create the monsters than he does. So she basically is going to be like, okay, they're attacking here, I need you to go out, go fight over there. And then he'll go out, he'll go fight over there, and then he'll come back, and then they'll like, do some talking, do some whatever. And then they kind of just wait for the next monster to show up, and then they do it all over again until the story ends. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say until the story, but you get it. Sort of monster of the week themed, because that's what Sentai and Rider are. And I know it's not like the most original idea, but I thought it was cool, so that's what I'm gonna go with. But yeah, I don't know if I would consider him the leader. I guess maybe, it depends. He's not the one making every single decision, and even then she wouldn't be making all the decisions either. She's just more of a, like, she invents the stuff, he goes out, he does, like, he can choose how he fights. Obviously she's not going to tell him exactly what to do every single time, but that's just kind of I don't know. That's just kind of how it is. All right, I think I should actually draw Bonkman now, but here's the problem. Trying to come up with Bonkman, I've looked at all the Sentai, well, all the red ones at least. I've looked at all of them. I've looked at most, if not, I've seen all the Kamen Riders before, but I've looked at Kamen Riders, Sentai, I've seen a whole bunch of different Toku suits, but it's very hard for me to come up with one on my own. So what I came up with is very generic, and I kind of wanted to still sort of have, like, I don't want it to just be a Kamen Rider suit. I want it to still feel Western, right? I still want it to feel like it's a 100% American creation, because it is. It has influences from Tokusatsu, but I still want it to feel like, I want it to feel like, what's the word? I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably blank on that word forever, and it's gonna make me upset. But whatever. Anyway, let's draw Bonkman. One thing I can't decide though. I don't know if I should go with a straight line for the visor, or a visor that's sort of like this. But even then, you still have other visors that are kind of like this. That would be cool too. But only problem is, Electric Man has that. And I'm already kind of close when it comes to Electric Man. If you guys forgot what Electric Man looks like, here you go. I probably won't go through with Electric Man for a while. Even though he was like one of my first, I think he was my first ever OC. I could be wrong. This is Bonkman, everybody. And he looks awesome. I don't care what anybody says. He looks freaking cool. I was experimenting with like a closed mouth version. Because like I said, you know, inspired by Kamen Rider and all that junk. But whenever I came up with something, I just didn't really like it. But I guess I can show you the concept of what it would have been. You know, spoiler alert, it's very boring. It would have just been this. All right. Ta-da! That's it. That's all it would have been. That's all. That's really all it would have been. Or like something to where it's like something like that. What I wanted to do, and I'm sad I can't do it. What I wanted to do was like have like a subtle smile on the mask. But I just couldn't find a way that wasn't like super obvious or really weird looking. I mean, I guess this could work, but it's too late. We're gonna go with his actual face. Looks like a troll face, bruh. Why do you have a mustache, Bonkman? Get that out of here. You don't have a mustache. That'd be funny. You know what they should do? Someone should make a superhero who like has a mustache, and then out of costume he doesn't have a mustache, and then like, you know, they're questioning him about his secret identity, and then like they're like, oh, but you look exactly like him, but you know, you just don't have the mustache. So they leave him alone. He's like, whoo, saved by the mustache once again. How does he get the mustache on? He grows it instantly. and then he shaves it off every time. They called him the Amazing Super Guy or something. I don't know. Oh, I blinded myself. I had so many different ideas for armor, but I kind of just scrapped them, and I went back to the drawing board, or not back to the drawing board, but back to the original intent. You know, I wanted it to be armor like a Kamen Rider, but for some reason it just didn't work out. I had so many different. I might even put like the final one up here, the final like finalized idea that I had before I decided to scrap it. So the visor, let's see if it's gonna be nice to me. Close enough. I figured I was gonna have to do this anyway. I'm probably gonna post this on Twitter when I'm finished with it, which you can follow me on Twitter. Just, you know, please note I'm very retweet heavy. I hardly tweet original thoughts, and I say a lot of things that I shouldn't be saying. Don't worry guys, I'm black. What is this? I don't know what that is. And what is this? Patterns? What does that mean? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna put a second layer. Put that underneath. We're gonna grab red. Like I said, he's the big red ranger. He's the big red ranger. He's the one. He's the big red ranger. The colors always vary. I kind of just pick a different shade of red every time. Do I mean to? No. Oh. He needs some milk. I think it's looking good. I think it's looking real good. You know what? I might just be an artist who never uses line art. Screw line art. Why would I want clean lines? Look at this. It has way more personality. But you'll never be a shut up. I don't care. This is a podcast, I guess I should say. I could really talk about anything I want here. So you know what? Yep, session! Oh my goodness, guys. We're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Gov. Oh my goodness. Dude, this... Oh, it's so good, dude. I've been watching it week to week ever since it came out, but we couldn't watch the... Me and my friend, because I watch it with my friend, he wasn't able to watch it last week, and last week was the as of recording this, last week is the episode where they're like, the show's almost over, guys. You know, it's the second to last episode, so he didn't get to watch that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna watch both shows. I mean, both shows. We're gonna watch both episodes on the finale, and we're gonna have so much fun. I need to buy some popcorn because it's gonna be a wild. God dang it! No, wrong gray. Which gray is it? This one or that one? Oh my god. This one? Dude, okay, you know what? Screw it. There we go. I'm gonna make this smaller. There we go. But dude, Kamen Rider Gob has been so amazing. It's such a good show. Now, is it top 5? Definitely. Top 3? I don't know about that. My favorite is Build, my second favorite is Gaim, and my third favorite is X-Aid. Does it surpass one of those 3? I have no idea. It might be top 5. Well, did I say top 5? I meant top 4. God, it's so good though. I'm having so much fun. Well, it's almost over, and it's almost time for Zets. It's almost time for Zets, and I'm excited. I actually really like how Zets looks. I love his henshin sound effect. Medsamero. Good morning, Rider. Zats. Impact. So cool. But man, I'm pleasantly surprised with Gob. Like, I've only been watching Toku for about a year, maybe 2. I think I started at the beginning of 2023. No, I started at the end of 2023, so technically 1 year still. And I'm having so much fun, man. I'm having so much fun. Like, I've watched starting from the one that I started with, 01, Build, Geats, who was next? Double O's. Then I think it was Revice, and then Gaim. Great show, amazing show. And then after Gaim, it was Drive, then X-Aid, then Kabuto, then Den-O. I started Kuga, but I decided to take a break from Kamen Rider because I started to get burnt out, and I'm watching Sentai now. And I finished King Oger, which took me over a year to do because I was actually watching it when I started watching Double, but I kind of fell off and got way more interested in Double and only watched Double. And then yeah, so I finished that show, and then I started watching Kyoryuger because King Oger had a crossover with Kyoryuger, and I really like the suits. I like them a lot, which, you know, of course over here we call it Dino Charge, which, you know, I'm gonna start calling it Fraud Charge because, like, oh my goodness. After I draw Bonkman, I'm gonna draw the Bonkin Shifter, and I'm gonna show you guys how that works, even though I can't really show you how it works. So the gray is actually going to be like darker. I didn't want it to be black because if I had to be black, it would interfere with the black visor. I didn't want people to think that the stripe was part of the visor, but in theory, I guess, not in theory, but like, it's supposed to be black. It's just, you know, I don't really want the visor to be red or see-through because I'm already doing a see-through visor on a character. And again, when it comes to those Sentai, they got black visors most of the time, and it looks cooler. But anyways, here you go. There's oh, I actually need black this time. There's Darius Rust, and there's hold on, I gotta make it all caps. Bonkman! There it is, boys! There he is! Woo! Now, what are Bonkman's abilities? Well, he can punch people really hard. I didn't draw the lower half of his body, but you know, it's basically just the legs are the same gray. Here, I'll do like real quick. I'll just do like a Let's get on to, actually, let's do like a quick, let me do like a quick, here, I'm gonna, don't look. Okay, now you can look. This is Bonkman. We'll get to her soon, but you know, oh, there we go. This is Bonkman. She's the second one, if you couldn't tell, you know, with the 2 lines and the 2. I have to redo her armor, but other than that, that's Bonkman. You'll see her later. And you'll see her out of her costume later. God, I really gotta fix these eyes. I don't know what it is, but it's really irking me. I have to find eyes that work, though. Anyways, here's Bonkman. Let's get rid of that one. And this is just me playing around with the stuff. Don't look at that. The body is kind of awkward. But I was playing around with a full mask. Didn't really like it. But, you know. No. We're gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you another thing. Now, if you know Kamen Rider, you know they have alternate forms. So here's 2 of them for Bonkman. This is Super Ball form. Even though I'm gonna call him Ball Man. Everything is gonna end with man for Bonkman. This is Ball Man. It's inspired by Kamen Rider X-Aid. He has the power to throw balls, super balls. You know, the bouncy ones. Wing, 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 wing. It was originally going to be a dodgeball form, but dodgeball is a sport game type of deal, and I thought, well, he's more based on toys, so I'm gonna give him just, you know, in general, balls. I think, yeah, I know it's funny. Laugh it up anyway. I think he looks kind of cool. His design has changed a lot, but I don't know. I think this looks pretty cool. I might switch it up. But these forms, they all have full masks because I just think it looks cool. These are all kind of stiff as well because I drew these like a while ago. And this one, that is Yo-Yo Man. So the reason why it's blue and orange is because it's 2 different yo-yos, right? They start off the same color, but then they break apart and they do this. I don't know if this is going to be the final design. It's only slightly inspired by both Drive and Spider-Man. If you couldn't tell by the you know, the eyeballs and the big circle in the middle. Slightly inspired by Drive and Spider-Man. I have another form. There's a boomerang form. There probably will be other forms as well. But I'm probably going to keep it to just the 3 that he swaps between. But those are his alternate forms. And I'm unoriginal. Look, I can't. I was going to do like, I'm thinking of like changing it up and making it a 3D yo-yo instead of just a blue circle. This one is just going to be a circle because it's a ball. Like there's nothing I can do for that. But this one I might switch it up and make it like kind of like this, where I like, and then I put something in between, and then wow, I might do that and have it like blue and orange, or orange and blue. I might do that. That might be better than just a blue circle, but that was just what it is for now. But yeah, these are 2 of his alternate forms. He will have more. I think they look cool. I'm not going to get into what they can do because they have a lot of abilities, but for basics, you know, he can create, you know, bouncy balls, throw them around. He can turn into a ball, and he can bounce around. His armor is very bouncy, so he can bounce around. The yo-yo form, he just has like a big yo-yo, and he has a little yo-yo. The big yo-yo can act as a shield. The little yo-yo is more for like attacks and all that. But that's, you know, the basics. Everything else is like way more, not complex, but it's just like way more wordy, and I don't feel like getting into that. Oh no, actually, because I already got it. Anyway, so let's get into the Bonkman shifter. It's time. This one should be very simple because I just showed you guys. The Bonkman shifter allows him to change into different forms, but it's, you know, it's very, very basic. Every Kamen Rider has something that they transform with, whether it be a gun, a thing on their belt, a arm brace, a phone. I don't know. Me personally, since it's the basic way that they do it, I prefer the belt drivers. I think they look really cool. It gives a more superhero vibe, because that's what they are, you know, superheroes. Batman has his utility belt. Spider-Man's got that weird waist thingy that doesn't have anything in it, but you know, it looks cool. Superman, does he have a utility belt? I actually don't know. Let me look. I know he has the red underwear. Yeah, Superman has a belt. So yep, that's why we're going with it. All superheroes have belts. You need a belt. And since it's more inspired by Kamen Rider, might as well go with the belt that transforms the superhero. Except for Ben 10 for some reason. He doesn't have a belt. Well, I think he has a belt on his pants, but like, you know, I'm talking about like when he transforms, he doesn't have a belt. Like, what kind of loser doesn't have a belt? Come on now. The Bonkman shifter, you guys. So, when it's in naked form, it's just this. It's just, there's a black strip. This is where everything hooks onto. There's a red circle. I wanted to do a bit of a more complex design, but the thing is, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I really wouldn't know what to do. And it's more or less inspired by the Desire Driver. The Desire Driver is very basic. It's literally this, but with another one. That's it. And it can spin around. Revolve on. But yeah, this is sort of inspired by the Desire Driver, but there's only one side. So, his default buckle is called the Punch-In Buckle, and it's based on a boxing glove. It goes like this. It's like, and then you put that there, and you put this here, and you put this here, and there you go. I can't really draw fists on the side. I don't know why, but every time I try, it looks awkward. Here, let me just look up a boxing glove for reference, and then I'll try to draw as best as I can. But I just give it the little bit of extra room because for some reason it looks a little bit better. So this is the default buckle, the Punch-In Buckle. He doesn't magically get, you know, boxing abilities, and he's not a boxer. It's just, you know, when you box, like, boxing gloves are the universal symbol for punching, because that's what they're used for, is punching. So I went with a boxing glove instead of a fist. If I were to do a fist, it'd probably just look like this. But I don't want to do that. But anyways, you put it on, and how I imagine it is, a boxing glove made of light would fly out of this circle, and it would punch the bad guy, right? So let's put a bad guy here. Pow! And then it would fly back to Bonkman, or Darius before he turns into Bonkman. And then it would rest on his hand like this. Well, like this. You know what? I think that would look better. Here, let me do that. There we go. Yeah, that looks way better. Because then you can kind of tell it's more of a boxing glove. Well, that's a big old thumb, but you get it. So it would rest on his hand, right? And then he'd do something like this. He'd punch the glove into his hand, and then the suit would just materialize as he did that. And let's put his visor in. Some boots, I guess. And of course, you know, I already said I like jingles. So what I got going right now, this is embarrassing because I'm not supposed to be the one saying it. But okay, hold on. Let me start from the top actually. He would pull out the buckle, right? From like a side thing. All Kamen Riders have like their thing on the side where they just easily transform. They got their little alternate power-ups. Anyway, so he would pull it off and he'd put it on and he'd be like punching set or something like that. And then it would go like, bonk it up, let's bonk it up, bonk it bonk, it's time to bonk. And then he would say, let's get it. And then, you know, it would fly off. You know, well, he would pull it back. First, he'd pull it back. And then it would punch this thing right here, basically, right? And then it would fly out. A boxing glove flies out of here. And then it would, you know, fly to the bad guy. And as it flies to the bad guy, it punches it in the face. And it says, punchity punch. Put up your dukes, unleash the fisted cuffs. And then he would like punch the glove into his hand, and then he would go like, oh yeah, or something like that. I don't know. What was that? Oh yeah? I meant, oh yeah. So yeah, he would do that like that, and it would be really cool and awesome. I have jingles for the other ones, but I'm kind of still working on them. For Yo-Yo Man, it's like, power of the spin is in his hand. You don't want to mess with the Yo-Yo Man. And then he goes, yes. Not yes, but yeah. But yeah, that's how it works. I also have a boomerang form that I didn't get to. It's kind of cool. You can use the boomerang as like twin blades, and then you can throw like boomerangs at people. All of his powers are projectile based. Well, almost all of them. And the boomerang one is like, it flies through the air like a piece of cake. And then you have like this Australian guy come in, he's like, comes right back because it's a boomerang, mate. Something like that. I'm still working on it. I kind of want them to all kind of sound like mini little raps, kind of like Ghost with the let's go, Kaku go, 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 Ghosto, go, 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 go. I don't like Ghosto. That show kind of sucks. But I kind of want it to feel like that. Especially since, you know, he is a black person. What do? We rap. We make music. Okay? So I kind of want to incorporate, even though I'm not the biggest fan of rap, I want to at least incorporate it into the story so people can be like, oh, sick, you know? I want there to be like cool, like, I don't know how to say it. I don't really want like, you know, like, I don't really like want like gangster rap or anything. But I want there to be like sort of like, you know, just fun, hey ho type of music, you know. And I want that to be like in the jingles. I want it to be in like the music itself if it ever became a show. And I just, you know how I would explain it? You know the raps from Knockout City? That's how I want it to feel. I want it to feel like the raps from Knockout City. Specifically, there's what was it called? I think it's called Get Out of Dodge. That's like my favorite song from the game. I really like that song. If I could ever get that guy to make a rap for Bonkman, I would love for him to make something like multiple songs Now, other characters in the show, they're gonna be like other. I have like, you know, Bink Woman. She's like Mexican. I'm gonna have a Japanese guy. I'm gonna have like an anthropomorphic cat character. They're all gonna have their own type of themes as well. They're not all just going to be rap focused. But Bonkman, he's not like, I guess you could say it's rap focused, but that's kind of what I want to do. I want to celebrate, you know, some parts of black culture in this. I'm not trying to be it's Kamen Rider but black, but I do want to be like, he is a black person. Here are some things that black people do, and I want to showcase that, you know? I don't know if that sounds weird or like whatever, but that's just kind of what I want to do. So that's why, even though I'm not musically inclined at all, that's why I'm sort of like doing that with the jingles, is making them rhyme, is because it makes me feel like, you know, if you put like a little beat behind it, like it'll sound really cool. But yeah, that's how the Bonkin shifter works. That's the thought process behind like the jingles, the powers, and all that junk. And I guess I'll save the rest for later. I would do like a final picture where I make Bonkman look all crazy and cool. But I actually don't know how long I've been recording. Let me check. I've been recording for almost 2 hours. And when I cut this down, it'll probably be like 50 minutes, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, thank you for watching another Drawcast episode. I'll see you in 700 years when I drop another one. Bye-bye.
So ill, fresh to death, give you something you can feel. Take a look, you can tell that I'm next up. If you want to win, you gotta step up.